Hi, welcome back to Wobblycogs Workshop. It's time for the October 2016 update. I've not had much chance to make stuff in the workshop this month, but a ton of stuff has arrived, so I'll show you all my new toys. So first on the list of new things is this mountain of ply. I've got 10 sheets of 18mm, 10 sheets of 12mm and a single sheet of OSB. The OSB is going to be a new workshop door because the one I've currently got is a bit rubbish. As you guys probably know, ply is really expensive nowadays, but because I bought quite a lot, I got a fairly good deal. In terms of quality, the 18mm looks absolutely perfect. Some of them even have really nice, almost decorative veneers. So the 12mm sheets, about half of them are really good quality. The other half, they're a little bit warped, but they're better than you get from DIY stores, so I can't really complain. So I mentioned in the last update that I was going on a French polishing course. Well, it turns out it wasn't actually only French polishing, it was more furniture restoration. So of course in the months leading up to the course I thought I had to make something for the course to take along and be French polished. Turns out that wasn't what I had to do. What I was supposed to have done was bought a piece of cheap furniture and taken that along and then stripped it down, repaired it and then polished that, but oh well, I built something, but yeah. So if you remember from the last update, I made a go board and a chessboard, and the idea was that I would finish them. Well, I just about finished the go board and I got about halfway through finishing the chessboard. So there's the go board. If you remember, it was a very light pine that I'd reclaimed from an old cupboard, and I thought it might look quite nice if I stained it, and I've tried to graduate the stain and I've given it a bit of a polish. Unfortunately, it was a bit rushed at the end of the course, so although I got the technique of the polishing, we didn't end up waiting long enough between coats, and it's not got the really high gloss finish that you'd expect. So I'll probably take that down and redo that. So here's the chessboard. It's got a few coats of shellac on. There's still quite a lot of work left to do on this yet to really give that good high gloss finish. Apparently the blonde shellac, or colourless shellac that I'm using on this isn't quite as hard wearing, but I'm not so worried. It's only a chessboard at the end of the day. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to finish this, so I doubt it's going to be this year. I've got too much stuff to do around the house. Right, so behind me here you can see the rouse table build is progressing, but I've had to stop it, and as you can probably see from all the mess around me and all the stuff over here, I've basically had to dismantle the workshop. And the reason for that is because of the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is I'm finally getting the electrics installed into the workshop. So what you can see behind me here are most of the bits that are going into the workshop electrical install. There's nearly £1,000 worth of kit there. I can't believe how much this is costing. So here's the consumer unit. It's all 17th edition compliant, so it's made of metal rather than plastic as they always used to be. I've got 10 ways, although I'm probably only going to be using 7 for the minute. I got one that's fully loaded with MCBs because basically the MCBs were practically free. So the incomer switch is up to 100 amps, and I'm going to be running a 100 amp cable in, so that's a lot of power in the workshop. So up here I've got my sockets. I've decided to go for metal sockets. They're a little bit more expensive than plastic, but not as much as you might expect if you shop around. 32 amp sockets. There you go. Not the greatest sockets in the world. They feel a little bit flimsy, but they'll do the job. This is an isolating switch, a fused isolating switch. There you go, full 100 amps. So that will go down in the cellar by the main incomer, and that connects, that basically protects the sub-main that runs into the workshop. Just connections for my conduit, some conduit clips, and in here we've got some other toys. Got some glands for the armoured cable. The cleats for the armoured cable, some D-type breakers. So these are necessary for things like 16, 32 amp sockets. So say the welder will come off the 32 amp. It needs to be D-curve, otherwise it will just trip the breaker every time it goes off. And we've got various other bits and bits for the consumer unit. Here's all the trunking and conduit. So we've got the conduit there, 20mm, so big enough for 2 pieces of 2.5mm if necessary, and trunking's 100mm by 50, and that will go all round the top of the wall. And I've also got a big box of various trunking pieces. And over here we've got the cable. I'm quite surprised it came on a drum, but there you go. So my Sparky wanted 3-core 25mm. So all in all, the trunking costs nearly 300 quid, which really surprised me. But actually, when you think about it, there's a lot here. I needed 10 lengths, 10 3-metre lengths, and there's not a lot spare out of that. So yeah, this building a workshop is an expensive game. So just over my shoulder here is the installation for the bathroom floor. If you're interested in watching me install the bathroom, put down the floor, then leave me a comment and I'm happy to film it while I work. And lastly, I bought myself a new dust mask. For the last few years I've been using a 3M half mask, but the filters for it are just ridiculously expensive. Like 6 quid a pair or something. So I shopped around a bit and I found this, which is a Moldex half mask, and the filters for this I think are about £1.50 each, which is brilliant. I'm going to do a little review comparing and contrasting this and the 3M half mask, I think, because if this works out, then I think this is a really good, cheap way of protecting your lungs. Well, I think that wraps up October 2016. Until next time, bye.